What's up, YouTube? Point Park here, back with another weekly Power Rings video. As always, we have our data from the NFL website, and I'll attach a quick banner link in case you're curious how I get these numbers. The overall formula can be seen here. And to get started, we have 32, the Jaguars. The Jaguars are tanking for Trevor Lawrence, and it's 100% understandable. The Jets have gotten 2 wins over the last 2 weeks, and honestly, it's actually hurt the team more than helped. This is really just Adam Gase trying to get some more wins on his resume, and it's a very greedy and very stupid method, if you ask me. At number 30, we have the Texans, then the Lions at 29, the Eagles at 28, and the Giants at 27. There's really no movement for these teams, understandably so. At 26, we have the Bengals. Bengals just came off a huge, huge win, and they've been winning for the last 2 weeks as well. They're winning without Joe Burrow. They have Drew Sample, and in my opinion, the team is going to be so much better after the draft this year. Who knows? They might be a very surprise contender next season. At 25, we have the Falcons. The Falcons should have won today. They had every opportunity to win. The interception by AJ Terrell that was botched, the botched kick to go into overtime. I think that the Chiefs are one of the strongest teams in the league, but they could have surprisingly beaten the Chiefs today. They played so well on defense up until the fourth quarter at the 2 minute mark. So, really sad loss for Falcons fans and people who hate the Chiefs. At 24, we have the Washington football team. And at 23, we have the Panthers, who just beat the Washington football team. Panthers are coming off a really big win after how many weeks of losing. I do think, however, that it's evident they're going to draft a quarterback at the 2021 draft. They just got a new general manager vacancy, so it's evident that Teddy Bridgewater is not their answer. At 22, we have the Patriots. At 21, the Broncos. They just lost by a field goal, I believe. It was a really close game between the Chargers. At 20, the Vikings after getting clapped on Thursday. 19, the Raiders. 18, the Cowboys. A really surprise resurgence late in the season for Cowboy fans, and this is without their starting quarterback. At 17, the Bears. The Bears are getting some last minute wins in the season, but again, this is just to help the coach's resume. I don't think it's helping the Bears at all to go lower in the draft. This is just Matt Nagy not wanting to get fired, and understandably so. I would do the same if I was Matt Nagy. At 16, we have the Chargers. At 15, the 49ers coming off a really big win today without their starting quarterback or Raheem Mostert or any of their starting receivers. Also, a fun fact, the 49ers just signed my track teammate from high school, Matt Cole. So, Matthew Cole is going to be starting with the 49ers. I'm really happy for him. Good guy. I can't wait to see him play. And seeing that they're really thin on numbers at wide receiver, it's very possible to see Matthew Cole start at wide receiver for the 49ers. So, at 14, we have the Browns. At 13, the Ravens. At 12, the Cardinals. And 11, the Dolphins. And I'm just skipping through these because there's not much to say. I don't want to be redundant with the Browns. At 10, we have the Titans. They just lost to Green Bay. At 9, the Rams. They fall off from 6 overall last week. At 8, we have the Seahawks. They just beat the Rams. At 7, we have the Colts. The Colts were so dominant up until the third quarter. Really shocking how they lost to the Steelers, but I guess they overestimated the Steelers, or underestimated, I'm sorry. At 6, we have the Saints, and people might get mad, but the Saints, I'm going by the overall numbers right here. And honestly, I do think that not only winning touchdowns as one player isn't the most impressive compared to the teams above them. Um, I have a brain fart. I just forget the running back's name off the top of my head. It's really unfortunate because I know this guy like the back of my hand. But having one guy who scores 6 touchdowns isn't the most impressive when your quarterback is throwing picks left and right. I do think that Drew Brees might even cost him the playoff spot if he keeps playing like he's playing, and they really can't rely on Marshawn Lattimore. Is that his name? I don't know why I can't remember his name. Um, but yeah, it's really unfortunate that their running game has been the only thing that's been shining this season, especially with a team that has 11 wins. I do see them faltering in the playoffs if they can't get their passing game under control. So there's no disrespect towards the Saints. I just have to say it as it is. If Drew Brees can't get himself together, they're not going to be able to go far in the playoffs. It's just such a stacked playoff this season. At number 5, we have the Buccaneers. They have one less win than the Saints, but I am looking at their overall. Tom Brady is on fire this last stretch of the season. Their wide receivers are just absolutely crazy right now. Very strong team, and the Saints are also a very strong team. So there's definitely no disrespect to the Saints. I am just going by the overall right here. And number 4, we have the Bills. The Bills, they play tomorrow, but even if they win against the Patriots, which I do think they will, it wouldn't push them to number 3 overall. And this is just because the overalls right here, their number game, I have to go by the numbers, and it wouldn't be enough to be over the number 3 spot, which happens to be the Steelers. Steelers are after coming after 3 losses in a row. The Steelers are definitely making a nice comeback late in the season. A huge win against the Colts. I think they deserve the number 3 spot in every aspect. And number 2, we have the Green Bay Packers. They just beat the Titans. My spreadsheet hasn't updated yet, so there's still 11 wins right here, but granted, they're at 12 wins overall in the season, and number 2 overall in the power rankings. And that leaves with the Chiefs at number 1. The Chiefs, I don't think they should have won today, but they did. Just they overwhelmed the Falcons. I think the players may have gotten ahead of themselves and weren't able to compete with the pressure at the end of the fourth quarter. So it is what it is. The Chiefs are a very strong team. My favorite to win a Super Bowl, and definitely so because they have number 1 seed at the moment. And that's my power rankings for this week. Please let me know what you think. Like this video, help this channel out. Subscribe to help this channel out. And I'll see you all next week.